Hello and welcome to This Date in History, also known as TDH. This show is all about the events that occurred to date in years past, both recognized by actual historians, but mainly things that we personally find intriguing enough for us to bring to you. The sources of this information come from the smart device application Today in History, What Happened Today in History,
Historical calendar.
and the website onthisday.com. For links to those sources, the music, and anything else we gather throughout the show, check the description. Anyway, I am Aoxander.
I am me, Sohin.
And today is Moon's Day, also known as Monday, April 18th, 2022.
Yeah.
Damn. So,
What?
what happened today?
Oops, hold up. Wrong thing. In 796, King Oliver III of Northumbria is murdered in Coleridge by a group led by his ealdormen Eldred and Wada. The patrician Oswald is crowned but abdicates within 27 days.
Dang. So he didn't last that long.
Not even a full month.
Yeah. Even if it was February. Not even then. Anyway, doing a significant time jump here, going on up into the year 1428. Peace of Ferrara between Republic of Venice, Duchy of Milan, Republic of Florence, and House of Gonzaga, ending the second campaign of the wars in Lombardy fought until the Treaty of Lodi in 1454, which will then guarantee the conditions for the development of the Italian Renaissance. Wow.
Nice. Also, 1506, the cornerstone of the current St. Peter's Basilica is laid.
Nice. It's 516 years ago, yeah.
Also, in 1518, Bonza Sforza is crowned as Queen Consort of Poland.
Cool. Moving on up into 1521, a trial of Martin Luther began its second day during the assembly of the Diet of Worms. He refused to recant his teachings despite the risk of excommunication. So this guy is a true warrior at heart, even with, back then it's a fate worse than a lot of things that a lot of people are going through today. Even with that, he still stood by his beliefs. He had balls that we need today, like something else, Anyway,
So, 1689, Bostonians rise up in rebellion against Sir Edmund Andros.
Wonder why. You can take this next one here.
Also, 1738, Real Academy de la... let me start this over. 1738, Real Academia de la Historia, Royal Academy of History, is founded in Madrid.
Nice. For a second there, I thought you were saying My Hero Academia. You bloody weeb. Moving on up into 1775, during the American Revolution, the British advancement by sea began. Paul Revere and other writers warned the countryside of the troop movements. And Paul Revere, I don't know why he became such a famous person, because he really didn't do anything. He was actually captured, fairly early on. And he didn't warn a lot of people, but he got all the fame somehow. So, whatever.
Yeah. Also, 1783, 3/5 compromise, the first instance of black slaves in the United States of America being counted as 3/5 of a person for the purpose of taxation. And a resolution of Congress Act of Confederation, this was later adopted in the 1787 Constitution.
That's sad that you know they were valued based off of taxes and everything, and that they were valued as 3/5, of course. But nowadays, human life is worth less than $1. So, you know. Anyway, in 1831, the University of Alabama was founded in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Interesting.
Tuscaloosa.
Tuscaloosa. And then, moving on up in 1847, an American victory at the Battle of Cerro Gordo opened the way for invasion of Mexico. Ah.
Damn, there's a lot of those small fucking articles.
Yeah.
Also, 1875, The Spirits book by Allan Kardec is published, marking the birth of spiritualism in France.
Nice.
Also, 1864, the Battle of Dumball, a Prussian-Austrian army defeats Denmark and gains control of Schleswig. Denmark surrenders the Providence in the following peace settlement.
Moving on up in 1897, the Greco-Turkish War was declared between Greece and the Ottoman Empire, or Turkey. The Ottomans eventually became Turkey. And then 2 years later, in 1899, the St. Andrews Ambulance Association was granted a royal charter by Queen Victoria. Hey,
Nice.
123 years of ambulance emergency services.
Awesome. Also, in 1902, a 7.5 MW Guatemalan earthquake shakes Guatemala with a maximum Macaulay intensity of 8, which is severe, killing between 800 and 2,000.
Dang.
Also, we're talking about earthquakes. 4 years, 1906, an earthquake and fire destroyed much of San Francisco, California. 1909.
Oh, that's another article. It somehow got jumbled in there. So,
Okay.
Okay, so
yeah,
is that that's a great San Francisco earthquake, right? 1906?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. 3 years later, 1909, Joan of Arc is beatified in Rome. What does beatified mean? Let's see here. Beatified is recognition accorded by the Catholic Church of a deceased person's entrance into heaven and capacity to intercede on behalf of individuals who pray in their name. Okay.
She got acknowledged.
Nice. It only took,
Yeah,
what, 300 years?
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, better late than never.
It's the English, or was it the French that was doing it?
The English killed Joan of Arc. She was a French.
Well, the English was doing it because,
The 100 Years' War, yeah.
She kicked her asses, but you know what? We should forgive her.
Yeah. Anyway, 1912, the Cunard liner RMS Carpathia brought 705 survivors from the RMS Titanic to New York City. So.
Good.
Yeah.
Also, 1915, French pilot Roland Garros is shot down and glides to a landing on the German side of the lines during World War I. No, that is epic.
Yeah, but that's not good. He's on the wrong side of the lines. At least he wasn't killed, though. At least right there. Moving on up, 1 year later, in 1916, the White War on the Italian front during the First World War. During a mine warfare in high altitude on the Dolomites, the Italian troops conquered the Col di Lana held by the Austrian army.
On the Dolomite? Okay, 1917, the Second Italian Corps in France leaves from Italy to the Western Front. It will distinguish itself during the Third Battle of the Aisne and the Second Battle of the Marne and Bligny. On the sector Comas, Boya de Champ, where it will considerably contribute to the stop of the German offense on Epernay, armed to outflank Reims.
Dang, that's a fairly important article right there.
It is.
Then in 1930, the British Broadcasting Corporation, otherwise known as BBC, which is a rather unfortunate, set of letters in today's world, announced that, quote, there is no news, end quote, in their evening report.
It's only unfortunate to the corrupted minds.
Yeah, like everybody.
Oh, yeah. That's crazy to hear.
Yeah.
There is no news.
Yeah. There is no news. Nothing happened. Sip your tea.
There is no news. Start some shit.
Go to a less well-to-do neighborhood and talk about a Pegasus. You'll have a story in no time.
God.
Anyway, what happened in 1939?
In 1939, Robert Menendez, who became Australia's longest-serving prime minister, is elected as the leader of the United Australia Party after the death of Prime Minister Joseph Lyons.
Dang. Robert Menzies. He became Australia's longest-serving prime minister. So let's see here. Let's see here, Robert Menzies. Time served. Let's see here. From 1939, Sir Robert Gordon Mackenzie, Australian politician, for 12 months in office from 1939 to 1941, and again from 1949 to 1966. Wow. Okay, so he served originally for 3 years, and then he served for 17 years. Wow. That's a long time. I'm going to add this guy's link to the underbar here. But before I do, I'm going to take us up into 1945, in which... actually, no. Why is 1945 here? I'm going to move him. I'm going to take us up into 1942, in which Pierre Laval became Prime Minister of Vichy, France. And also during 1942, during the Second World War, the Dolittle raid in Japan, Tokyo, Yokohama, Kobe, and Nagoya were bombed. Oh, look at that.
Damn.
I remember that raid, the Dolittle raid.
Also, 1943, World War II, Operation Vengeance Admiral Itsuruko Yamamoto is killed when his aircraft is shot down by U.S. fighters over Boringville Island.
Good.
Now, the first 1945, over 1,000 bombers attacked the small island of Heiligenborn, Germany.
They wanted to turn that island into a non-island. 1,000 bombers to a small island? Like, jeez.
They wanted to turn the island into a fucking parking lot.
Yep. They paved paradise and put up a parking lot. Also in 1945, during the Italian resistance movement in Turpin, despite the harsh repressive measures adopted by Nazi fascists, a great pre-insurrectional strike began. Good. Oh, and there's another bomber here for some reason. I'll get rid of that one.
Okay.
What happened in 1946?
1946, International Court of Justice hosts its inaugural meeting in The Hague, Netherlands.
Cool. The Hague. They held it in the Hague. 1947, the Operation Big Bang, the largest non-nuclear man-made explosion to that time, destroyed bunkers and military installations on the North Sea island of Heliograd, Germany.
Again?
Yeah, that's right. They were, after the war, they were actually testing, because they had built their bunkers and such so well, that they were actually testing to see, like, what it would take to blow them up, and, to fabricate that technology into our own systems.
Yeah, they really want to turn that place into a fucking parking lot. But besides that, in 1949, the Republic of Ireland Act comes into effect.
Let me look that up real quick. The Republic of Ireland Act. It is an act upon the Oireachtas, which declared that the description of Ireland was to be the Republic of Ireland, and vested in the President of Ireland the power to exercise the executive authority of the state and its external relations on the advice of the government of Ireland. So basically, they wanted like independence or like their own representation or something. Like, or essentially, it's like, hey, we can speak for ourselves. I think is what that is essentially. And then in 1954, Gamal Abdel Nasser seized power in Egypt.
Damn. Holy shit.
Well, you take these next two here.
Yeah. Also in 1955, 29 nations meet at Bandung, Indonesia for the first Asian African Conference. Also, 1972, East Africa Airways Flight 720 crashes during a rejected takeoff from Addis Ababa Bole International Airport in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, killing 43 people.
Dang.
Holy shit.
That first one, though, the 29 nations, like, that's pretty cool. Asian African Conference. So, like, the continents are mingling. That's good.
That's good. Also, 1980, the Republic of Zimbabwe, formerly Rhodesia, comes into being with Canaan Banana as the country's first president. The Zimbabwe dollar replaces the Rhodesian dollar as the official currency. Canaan Banana.
Yeah, I told you the first president of Zimbabwe was President Banana. It sounds like a racist thing, but it's true. Like,
Banana, banana, banana. Hey, if he ever got assassinated, it could be banana peeled.
It's the jokes we can make with this poor man. But yeah, 1980, that's fairly recent, you know?
Yes. Like 42 years ago.
Yeah, just about.
Now you know.
Yeah. And knowing is half the battle. What's the other half? Red lasers and blue lasers. Violence.
Yes. Also, 1988, 34 years ago, the United States launches Operation Praying Mantis against Iranian naval forces in the largest naval battle since World War II.
Dang.
And you can finish this off.
Alright. Taking us up into 2018, King Mswati III of Swaziland announced that his country's name will change to Eswatini. Alright. And then 1 year later, which is just 3 years ago in 2019, a redacted version of the Mueller report is released to the United States Congress and the public. What is
one of the biggest witch hunts out there.
What is
they kept on trying to say that Trump was talking to this Russian guy. They kept on saying he had proof, he had proof, he had proof, but we never get to see the fucking proof.
Yep.
And
you know what else we never get to see? The emails Hillary Clinton deleted. Never got to see that either.
And also the 18 minutes of erased footage, erased, sound of the tapes.
Oh, you're talking about, the Watergate scandal.
Watergate tape.
Yeah. Before we get into bursts and deaths here, any articles, get your interest?
Yeah, people are just bombing Golan, Germany. Also, the Dolittle raid.
Yeah, the Dolittle raid. That is a good one.
BBC saying there's no news.
Yep. Let's not forget the first Asian African Conference, with the 29 nations.
That too.
As well as Mr. Banana, President Banana.
And 1912, the Conrad liner RMS Carpathia brings 700 survivors.
Yeah, a few survivors from the Titanic. Yeah, good articles. A lot of good stories today. Anyway, jumping on into bursts in 359, we have Gratian. He was a Roman emperor.
Damn. Also, 588, Clan II, Mayan ruler.
Doing a significant time jump here, about 1,200 years. In 1740, Sir Francis Baring, first baronet, English banker and politician.
In 1794, William Dobenham, English founder of Dobenham.
And Dobenham's PLC was a British department store chain operating in the UK, Denmark, and the Republic of Ireland. It was founded in 1778 as a single store in London and grew to 178 locations across those countries, also owning the Danish department store chain Magasin du Nord. They are still around. Their current revenue is over 2 billion GDP as of 2018. So they're still around. So I guess they expanded beyond just whatever it was they started as. Anyway, 1813, we have James McCoon Smith was born on this date. She was a black U.S. physician, apothecary, abolitionist, and author. And don't ask me why. There, it specifies the color of her skin. Ask my source. It calls her an African American. I refuse to use that term unless they are dual citizenship people. Because remember, Elon Musk, white as snow, is an African American. So.
Also, 1838. Paul Emile Lecoq de Bois-Bordade, French chemist and academic.
1863, Siegfried Bettmann, founder of the Triumph Motorcycle Company and mayor of Coventry. Cool.
Oh, nice. 1900, Bertha Isaacs, Bahamian teacher, administrator, politician, and women's rights activist.
Now here's an interesting name. 1904, we have Pigmeat Markham. Markham. Oh wow. Okay, so he's once again a U.S. comedian, singer, and dancer. I gotta know what his real name is. I gotta know. It is Dewey Pigmeat Markham. Markham. So his real name is Dewey. All right.
Also, 1918, Clifford Glass, U.S. publisher who founded Cliff's Notes.
Yeah, basically Wikipedia before Wikipedia. Cliff's Notes is really useful in high school, I'll tell you what. Moving on up into 1919, Esther Alfua Oklo, Ghanaian entrepreneur and pioneer of microlending. Which, what the hell is micro... Is it micro-lending or micro-lend... I think it was micro-lending.
Yeah, why you do that? 1935, Costa Ferris, Egyptian Greek actor, director, producer, and screenwriter.
Microlending is a financial innovation made possible by technology and the peer-to-peer economy. People looking to lend money to earn potentially high returns may fund borrowers who either have no access to credit due to geography or cannot get credit from traditional sources such as banks or credit unions. Alright. That's interesting. I'm going to add microfinance into the underbar, but before I do, I will take us up to 1937, in which Jan Kaplicki was born on this date. They are a Czech architect who designed the Selfridges building. And I saw a picture of that in the source, and it's actually a really cool looking building. You gotta take a look at it.
Nice. Also, 1947, Moses Blah, Liberian general and politician who was the 23rd president of Liberia.
Yeah, vote for Blah. He's meh. You know?
Yeah. Also, 1947, James Woods, U.S. actor and producer.
Yep. Also, he's the actor that James Woods High School is named after in Quahog, Rhode Island.
Mm-hmm.
1953, yep. We have Rick Moranis, a Canadian-U.S. actor, comedian, singer, and screenwriter.
1958, we have Gabby Delgado Lopez, Spanish, German singer who co-founded DAF.
Now, I see DAF. I'm seeing a trucking company. So let me look up this guy. DAF, and then this guy's name. Well, he died 2 years ago. Discovery. with DAF. Okay, I think it's a band. I'm not seeing anything here about DAF. Oh, Deutsch, Deutsch Amerikanische Freundschaft. It is an influential German electropunk slash new Deutsch Welle band from Dusseldorf, formed in 1978. Yeah, so it's a band.
Okay.
Anyway.
Also, 1960, Yelena Zybina Yosovov, Ukrainian runner.
1963, we have Conan O'Brien, a U.S. television host, comedian, and podcaster.
Also, 1971, David Tennant, the Scottish actor. Yes, he was the 11th Doctor.
11th?
Well, 10th Doctor.
10th Doctor.
Yeah.
10th Doctor Who. Okay. Last but not least, 1972, Eli Roth was born on the States. She is a U.S. actor, director, producer, and screenwriter.
That's he. That's a he.
He. Sorry.
Yeah, he made Hostel. He was the Bear Jew in Inglourious Bastards.
I never saw Inglourious Bastards, but I've seen Hostel. It's a brutal movie.
Yeah, but yeah, you don't like him as the Bear Jew. It's funny. They call him the Bear Jew because he's a big old guy with a bat.
Dang. Moving on in the deaths here, starting it off at 727, we have Agali Ganos, Kontoseles, Byzantine commander and rebel leader.
And we have 850, Perfectus, Spanish monk and martyr. What a name, Perfectus.
I know, right? 943, we have Fujiwara no Atsudata, Japanese nobleman and poet.
Holy shit. 1636, Julius Caesar, English judge and politician. Not to get me confused with the other Julius Caesar.
Yeah, I know. 1650, Simons Dewis was he died on the state. He was an English lawyer and politician.
1689, George Jeffreys, first Baron Jeffreys, Welsh judge and politician who was a Lord Chancellor of Great Britain.
1737, Mary Josephine Corriveau, a Canadian murderer.
Damn. Also, 1794, Charles Pratt, first Earl Carman, English lawyer, judge, and politician who was the Lord Chancellor of Great Britain.
1802, Erasmus Darwin, an English physician and botanist, and I wonder if he was related to Charles.
I don't know.
Let me look him up real quick. Siblings. Oh, children, Charles Darwin. So he was Charles Darwin's dad.
Okay.
Wait, Charles Darwin, medical student.
Well, why you do that?
He died while he was still a student, so this is not the same guy.
Yeah.
Oh, he was the uncle of the famous naturalist Charles Robert Darwin. Okay, so this guy is the father of the uncle of Charles Darwin. Wow. Interesting.
Also, 1942, Gertrude Vanderbilt Whitney, U.S. Harris sculptor and art collector who founded the Whitney Museum of American Art.
1945, John Ambrose Fleming, English physicist and engineer who invented the vacuum tube. Without him, TV couldn't have started. So.
Yep. Also, 1945, Ernie Pyle, U.S. journalist and soldier.
What are you doing, Private Pyle? 1955, we have a really unfortunate death. Albert Einstein, a German U.S. physicist, engineer, and academic.
Damn. It's unfortunate. Also, 1986, we have Marcel Dassault, French businessman who founded Dassault Aviation.
2002, Thor Heyerdahl, a Norwegian ethnographer and explorer. What's an ethnographer? And what a name, Thor. Ethnographer is a person who studies and describes the culture of a particular society or group. Okay.
Also, 2012, we have Dick Clark. I didn't even know Dick Clark died.
I don't even know who that was.
He was like a huge television host. Yeah, television host and producer who founded Dick Clark Productions.
Yep. And then 2012 as well, we have Kathy Diane Wentworth, a U.S. author. And then K.D. Wentworth made me think of 877 Cash Now. Even a mind as brilliant as mine is subject to remembering stupid commercial slogans. So, anyway, that concludes the show. Once again, check the underbar, the description for any information or for any links that you may be interested in, which also includes... Soen? Are you there? Hello? Okay, well, it includes Soen's Twitch, Soen TV, and it also has everything Omni Coalition. For your dose of Passive Events Daily, we stream every day between 12 noon and 3 o'clock p.m. Pacific Time, which is also...
2 to 5 Central.
There he is. I am A.O. Xander.
I am Sohen.
And you are you. And until you see us tomorrow, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe. Until then, toodles! Let's go, Brandon.